If there's any shrinks out there, you might want to give it a little bit of your attention. In the first story, a brother takes his brother on a birthday getaway. Guy stuff, car stuff. And since it's the brother's birthday, whatever he wants. You want to bring a friend? Sure, bring a friend. They got a little B&B. They'll spend the weekend, watch some car stuff, car shows. And over the course of the day, the three of them together, the brother who is throwing the party, birthday party, weekend getaway for his brother and his brother's friend, he knows something about the friend. He knows something's not quite right. But he doesn't sense anything wrong. He just knows something's not quite right. What the brother, the giver of the party, the brother, doesn't know is that this man is taking this guy's inventory over the course of a day. He is building a character profile. The guest is of this brother. And it becomes, as the day goes on into the evening, it becomes apparent to the brother that the friend that his brother brought is not stable. He knows that because after watching this guy, the brother watching this friend drink a couple of beers, he watches this guy go into almost a rage towards the brother, the giver. Because this man saw things in the brother, the giver. What have I said before? He saw things, qualities and characteristics. Perhaps his fluidity in speaking to females. Over the course of the day, this man noticed. Or just his ease of being able to interact with people. And some other things, maybe. This brother's confidence in general, in himself. What's it get back to? Tombstone, Johnny Ringo, Doc Holliday, Cantina, fine exhibition of handguns and 10 cups. And what does Doc Holliday say after there's an exchange of Latin? Now I'm certain of it. We didn't like Johnny Ringo. They didn't like Johnny Ringo because he saw something in Johnny Ringo that reminded him of himself that he did not like. I've harped on that before. You meet somebody, it's inexplicable. You don't know why you don't like them. Chances are good they either have something that you want, a characteristic, a personality trait, or they remind you of yourself and you don't like that. Okay, that's baby food stuff there. Should be, if there's any shrinks listening for them, that should be baby food. So, this guy goes into a rage. And fortunately, the night ended without any bodily injury. At some point later, the recipient of the birthday gift, who had invited the friend initially, tells the other brother, the giver of the gift, of the guest's death, untimely death. Now just hold that, okay? Stat docket it. If you're a lawyer listening, put it on stat docket it. I do sound like a smug little bastard, don't I? Well, when you're 59 and you've done some of the things I've done. You've been around a little bit. It just is. So, okay. And in the second story, a man is invited to what he thinks is an office party, which turns out to be an interview with the vampire. Because by the time that the man who has been duped figures out he's been led downtown to what he believes is an office party is really an evening drinks party, and the man doesn't drink, and he realizes that the man sitting across from him is actually a voyeur and is married, but, we can't let the wife know about it because the wife calls during their dinner and everybody's told to be quiet because his lover sitting across from him next to the man who had been duped, lied to. Just kind of an uncomfortable situation, I guess. So, okay, moving along in the story. And when the man is offered the opportunity to go to another part of town later to do karaoke, by this point, the man who has been misled has been able to assimilate everything. And the man who has been misled, I'll be quick because this really isn't the crux of the biscuit, wants to lean across the table to the guy and say, look, I'll fuck your leatherette bitch over here, this Brazilian girl that's like 30 years too long in the tanning booth. You give me $5,000 because I know you got it in your wallet. You fuckers, you three are whales I'm sitting here with. So pull out some bennies, start counting them, and I'll let you know when to stop, and I'll service your bitch. And if you put 1 foot or 1 hand on that bed, I'll break your fucking jaw. I mean, that's what I wanted to say to him, but I'm a gentleman, and so I found a lovely excuse. That's right, I am the guy in the second story. I found a lovely excuse to extricate myself from that situation called a Camacho. It's a $12 stick. It was August. I had a front porch and a $12 cigar waiting for me, and it's like, see ya. I watched that man's countenance fall, and I thought, oh, good riddance. And when I walked out of that restaurant, I shook the dust from my sandals. And all the way home, driving home, all I wanted to do was take a shower. In the second story that I just told you, the man who had orchestrated this whole evening felt compelled to tell me that the woman died unexpectedly. I didn't ask for anything from either of the man in myself in the second story or the man in the first story. They both offered unsolicited advice. Why is that? I say unsolicited advice in code, cliche, clickly, for unsolicited FYI. Why would they do that? May direct amends to such people wherever possible, except when to do so would injure them or others. You should Google that, especially if you're a doctor, especially if you're a medical doctor of any kind. You should Google what I just said. You should go back and fucking write down every word and then go Google it. Except when to do so would injure them or others. So both of these men told their prospective counterparts. Me in the second one, the man told me, and the brother told the other brother in the other story about the deaths, untimely deaths of these players in both of these unfortunate stories. Why did they do that? I'll wait. They did that to alleviate their guilt. you bring more pain, potentially unpleasantries, upon someone else just so that you can feel better about sharing some juicy morsel that you think will appeal to the listener, even though it's an unpleasant memory in toto for the listener, you do it anyway. Do I need to go on? I'm enjoying this. Getting old is fun. Try to keep up. I tolerate you, human beings. Whew. This has been difficult. I'm tired now at 59. And I see potentially I've got another 20 years probably before the Alzheimer's takes me away. Somebody cue up the Blue Oyster Cult. Maybe I'll have earlier onset. Hey, I will not tempt you, Lord. Forgive me. So, in closing, I'll say, know thyself. Know thyself. Check your motives. Check your motives. Check your motives. Constant vigilance is the price that I must pay for my sobriety. You can substitute a lot of different words in for sobriety. How about this? Constant vigilance is the price that I must pay to be a good human being on a daily basis. Peace.